In our previous khutbah we mentioned an introduction to Al-Jannah, heaven. And today inshallah we're going to deal in a bit more detail about what it is, what do we have to look forward to, why are we praying, why are we fasting, what is the jaza, what is the reward. So we begin by saying that in Jannah there are gates, abwab, and the ulama have said there are approximately 8 gates to heaven. And then people will be led in crowds, great crowds are going to Jannah. And they will arrive at the gates. And depending on what they've done, there's a special gate, a special bab called Al-Rayyan for those who fasted. And there's a special door or gate for those who prayed in the night. And there's special gates for those who looked after their wives. There are special gates for those who can enter in because they did something special in this dunya. And they'll be called out, where are the people who used to fast? Enter into this special door. You have a special door to enter in. And you know if you're going somewhere and people, you're a VIP, a very important person, they take you through a special door. But in Jannah you have a special door, depending on what you've done. And there's a special door for women, in which the women who prayed their 5 prayers, and they fasted Ramadan, and they guarded themselves from haram, and they obeyed, they listened to their husbands in halal things. These women will enter through any gate of Jannah they want. Any of the abwab of Jannah they will enter through. So then when people enter into heaven, they're going to see that the Jannah is 10 times more than this world. All this world, the mountains, the oceans, the gold, the silver, the wealth, the prestige, the women, everything in this dunya that you're working for, when you go into Jannah, you're going to see that Jannah is 10 times more than this world. And when people go, that the farah, the joy, surur, that will be in their hearts, that they will forget all the difficulties, they will forget any hardship, they will forget that this world that they lived in for 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 years was difficult. They will forget that they cried. They forget they had sleepless nights. They're going to forget everything from this dunya. Because the hearts, when they see what no eye has ever seen, and what no ear has ever heard, and what no heart has ever imagined, they're going to forget everything. And Allah Azza wa Jalla will ask them, did you ever find any difficulty, any sa'ab, any shiddah, any hardship? Did you ever face any difficulties in this world? Do you remember anything from this world of difficulties? And people will say, La! No, we don't remember anything. Because they've forgotten, just by what they've seen. And then Allah Azza wa Jal, it said that Allah, when He created heaven, He sent Jibreel, the angel Gabriel, to go and have a look. And when Jibreel went and he saw heaven and Jannah, he came back, he said to Allah, Ya Allah, anybody who sees this, they're going to run towards it. They're going to work towards this. It's going to be easy when they see what's waiting for them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then surrounds Al-Jannah with hardship, with difficulties, things that are difficult, praying, fajr, coming to Jum'ah, lowering your gaze, not drinking alcohol, not taking drugs, not fornicating, not giving in to your lower self, controlling your anger. And then Allah surrounds heaven with these things and He tells Jibreel, go and have a look now. Go see how easy it is now. And Jibreel goes and he sees how difficult it is to get in. He comes back and he says to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, I don't think anybody is going to make it. Because you're surrounded with so many difficulties. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He creates hell. And He tells Jibreel, go and have a look. And Jibreel goes and he sees and he becomes frightened and scared. And he goes back to Allah and he says, Ya Allah, if anybody sees this, no one's going to go to it. No one's going to do anything. No one's going to work towards it. They're going to run away from it. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He surrounds, He makes the roads, the paths to hell very easy. Do what you want. Say what you want. Don't pray. Don't give zakah. Sleep around. Take drugs. Listen to yourself. Whatever feels good, you go with it. And then Jibreel goes and has a look. And when he sees how easy it is to get into hell, he comes back and he says, Ya Allah, I don't think anybody is to be saved from your punishment. Now in Jannah there are different levels, and there are several levels, and each level in Jannah has more than what the level below has. And the people below will see the ghuraf, the rooms, the people above them, and what they have. And you need to be careful that you need to be from the highest, inshaAllah ta'ala. And the highest level of Jannah is Al-Firdaus, the highest level. And don't think this is just for the Sahaba and the Anbiya. Because the Sahaba, they asked the Prophet, is this Jannah Al-Firdaus only for the Anbiya, the Prophets and the Messengers, and the Awliya or Salihin? And the Prophet said, it's not just for them. You work hard, and you'll get it. Just like you work hard in your week, and in your job, or you work hard in your studies, and you get your A, you get your A star, and you get your acceptance, and you get your job, and you get your promotion. Just work hard, that's all you have to do. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us that the gates of Jannah, it takes three days long. The gates of the first gate of heaven, it's 3 days long, the width. And the bricks in heaven are made of gold and silver. And the soil is made out of musk. And there are pearls and the gravel underneath. And the ahjar are made of pearls and sapphire. And the Prophet ﷺ said that the smell of Jannah will have a smell that you've never smelled before. And you could smell it from 40 years away. This is the smell of Jannah when you walk in. You haven't done anything yet. And then the Prophet ﷺ says that you have clothes in Jannah that no other person has ever had in this world. And your clothes will never worn out. You will never outgrow your clothes. And in one hadith it says that two men will come, and the man will see that this man has better clothes than him. And then by the time they finish talking, the man who has the clothes that are not so good, his clothes become better than the man he's speaking to. This is Al-Jannah. There's no sadness in Al-Jannah. In the tree, we have trees in Jannah, and these trees are very easy to get hold of. There's several things. There's one example of getting a tree in Jannah, where if you're in an argument and you ask for a musamah, forgiveness, even though that you're in the right, the person in the wrong, Allah Azza wa Jalla plants a tree. For every tasbih or tahmeed, subhanallah, walhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar, when you say this, trees are planted for you. When you fast a day, which is recommended to fast, a nafil, a tree is planted. What are these trees like? The Prophet ﷺ said, these trees, the shade, the dhill of these trees are 100 years long. One tree. And the tree will be made out of gold. And the tree has fruits. And when you take the fruit and you eat it, you're going to experience things you've never experienced before. And you never get full. And subhanAllah, these are very easy to get these trees, these orchards. And the fruit, we mentioned that the pomegranate, a roman, will be the size of camel's hump. And you can eat whatever you want in Jannah. And you'll be given the strength of 100 men in eating and in drinking. And there's no toilets. You don't need to go to the toilet. And the Sahaba asked the Prophet, if we're going to eat these things, how are we going to go to the toilet? And the Prophet said, you will sweat. And the sweat will be musk. And when you start to sweat, your bellies will become empty. And when you burp as well, a nice smell will come out, and that's how you go to the toilet. This is what Jannah, this is what's waiting. This is not some dream, this is what's waiting for you in heaven. And the birds, in Jannah there are birds flying around, and if you see a bird that you want to eat, when you have this desire, a shahwah, that you want this bird, by the time you look at it, it's on your plate, it's cooked, and you eat it. And the bones that are left at the end come back together and it flies away. This is the Jannah. And there are rivers and hair made of milk. And you can drink from it. And you never get thirsty ever again. And every drink is better than the drink before. Sweeter than honey, whiter than milk. And the clothes, you're going to be wearing silk. And have gold jewelry. That's why it's haram for a man to wear silver. To wear silk. It's haram for a man to wear al-harir, silk. And haram for a man to wear gold. Because in Jannah, you're going to get it there. And it's said that there's a special type of drink in heaven that's alcohol. Na'am, it's khamr. There's alcohol in heaven. But unlike the alcohol of this dunya, you don't get drunk from it. And the ulama say this is only for the person who never drank alcohol in this dunya. If you never got drunk, if you never drank alcohol, if you never intoxicated, you're going to drink from this. But if you have, you're not going to drink from this. You can benefit from other things of Jannah. And for those of our brothers who find it hard keeping faithful to their wives or lowering their gazes, there's a special type of gift that Allah has given you. Allah knows the sexual desires of a human being. And Allah has given al-hur al-'ain. These are special women in heaven. And they say that if one of these women came to the dunya, she just walked into this world, the whole of the dunya will become enlightened, will become light. She will radiate this whole world. And her perfume will make the whole world, not just the room, the whole world smell nice. That's just one of these women. And they'll be more beautiful than any woman you're chasing after, any woman you're trying to be with, or your wife. She can be more beautiful than these women, and more faithful than these women. And they're never going to raise their voices against you or say anything bad against you. They're going to be faithful. And the minimum, some ulama say, they even have 2, and some people have 70. And the poor will enter into heaven first. The poor are going to enter into heaven first before the rich by 100 years. And the reason why is that the rich, they're going to have a hisab. Those who have big houses and big cars, Allah is going to hold you first and say, what did you do with the money? How did you spend it? Where was the riba, the interest? Did you give zakat? Did you do everything correctly? The poor have nothing to be held accountable for except that they pray and fast and they're good, and they have a good relationship with their families. This is not going to be asked about. And people are going to have 1,000 servants, khuddam, helping you and serving you. And it's going to take you 1,000 years of this dunya to go and see everything you've got in your Jannah. Everything that Allah has given you, it's going to take you 1,000 years of these earthly years to see what Allah has given you. To go around the house. It's going to take years to look around your house. Not minutes, years. And it's going to take you years to see what Allah has given you. All the beauty. And then finally, Allah is going to say, after all this, Allah Azza wa Jalla is going to say, is there anything extra I can give you? Is there anything extra I can give you? And then people are going to say, Ya Allah, you've given us everything. We can't ask for anything else. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I'm going to give you something that you haven't got. What can they possibly have? What else can Allah give them that Allah Azza wa Jalla has not already given them? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then He removes the veils and they see Allah Azza wa Jalla. And when they see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they forget everything that Allah has given them. The joy and the nur, the lights and everything they see in front of them, they're going to forget everything. They're going to forget their houses, they're going to forget the hur al-'ain, they're going to forget the money, they're going to forget everything. Forget this fruit, forget the birds, everything they're going to forget. And they're going to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's the ultimate gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can give anybody. And that's the ultimate joy that you see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And another gift before this is that you're with the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and the people are going to meet each other in heaven and they're going to talk about this dunya. Do you remember when we did this? Do you remember when we prayed? Do you remember when we did all these things? And friends are going to meet and remember this dunya. So, inshallah, it's not very difficult. Pray 5 times, give your zakah. You can go to Hajj, go to Hajj. Be nice to your wife, be nice to your children. Wife, listen to your husband. Don't disobey him in things that are halal. Lower your gaze, don't take drugs. Very simple things. When you wake up, what Allah has given you, what Allah told you to leave, in relation to what Allah has given you, it's nothing. So work hard. And this is a reminder for you and myself, inshallah. When we get lazy in Fajr, wake yourself up and pray Fajr. Don't be lazy. Think of Al-Jannah. What Allah Azza wa Jalla is going to give you. What no eye has ever seen, no ear has ever heard, and no heart has ever imagined. This is what's waiting for you and I, inshallah ta'ala. So remember Al-Jannah, and remind your children about Al-Jannah. And inshallah, we need to have a khutbah about hell. To put some fear into some of our brothers and sisters, because they need some fear. Because they're working towards, like Jibreel said, heaven is very difficult to get into, and hell very easy. So we need to understand what's waiting in hell, so we can stay away from it, inshallah ta'ala. And finally, there's a lecture, inshallah, the 21st of February, the 24th of February, inshallah, by Imam Siraj Wahaj, who's from America, and he's delivering a speech. And there's leaflets being given out, and it's in aid of Human Appeal, who are raising money for some of our brothers and sisters in the world, inshallah. So take the leaflet, inshallah, if you can come. The tickets are £10 each, and the proceeds of the tickets will go to the charity Human Appeal, who will help and trying to help the Muslim brothers and sisters around the world.